Is there any injection that can make a woman not to bleed after delivery?
Hello everyone, good day and welcome once again to Harmless TV. In this video, I want to give you all the full updates about my journey to Taranto City, Italy, whereby a lady cried out, one of our African lady, Nigeria precisely, she cried out and let us understand that she gave birth to twins and in the hospital, Taranto. And the baby were missing. They told her the baby were missing, and later they denied knowing her, and they said that she never gave birth to any child in that particular hospital. So the case was it was somehow, so disturbing, and there are a lot of situations that people are not even understanding. Everybody is so scared, because it's like a surprise and a shock to us hearing this kind of information that one of our African sisters gave birth in the hospital, and the baby was missing. And now the hospital said they never even know her. She didn't even give birth to any child in that particular hospital. So because of this particular issue, a lot have been happening in Taranto. And as for me, I am living in Taranto, and this is my job as a philanthropist, and I have the opportunity to go down to Taranto. I want to use this opportunity also to give thanks to people that assisted my journey down to Taranto. May God continue to bless you all. Our sister, I call her the mother of all, Favor. She lives in Lecce, and she was even the first person that sent me cards. She sent me recharge card on my phone to make sure that my journey will be successful. And also, the friend to this particular lady that gave birth to twins, this lady that gave birth to twins, her name is Joy, because the friend made me to understand that her name is Joy. And she knew this Joy very, very well. And she have even lived with Joy for a long time, and she understands the kind of person that Joy is. So she was the one that even alerted me to even come over as fast as I can, so that we will understand what actually went wrong. So I give thanks to her, Amaka, High Queen, Paparazzi in Taranto. May God continue to bless you for the good heart that you have, because she is the one that even gave me accommodation. I never even spent a dime, because she even bought everything I needed. She gave me food, she gave me accommodation from that evening up to the next day, because I don't have the opportunity to go back to my city, so I have to sleep over at Taranto. And she was the one that gave me accommodation, and she also narrated everything she knew about Joy. And she even let me understand that Joy even called her when she was at the hospital a day after she gave birth, because according to her, Joy gave birth on the 1st of July 2022, and Joy called her on the 2nd towards the evening time, but she could not make it because it was already late. So she had to go to the hospital the next day, which was on the 3rd of July 2022, on Sunday, according to her. So she went and see Joy. She even prepared food to go and give to Joy, and she didn't even went alone. She went with one other person, maybe coincidentally, she went with one other person that could even prove that they were there at the hospital. The yam that she even prepared to use to prepare this our native pepper soup, in case if somebody give birth, to clean up the system and everything. I even snapped the head of the yam, the remaining one, because I have to get proof to make sure that really somebody visited Joy. So she was the one that visited Joy. According to her, she said that she even saw Joy before Joy was before Joy called her that she has given birth to twins. So she called Joy some days before while traveling down to Napoli. So she saw Joy, and I asked her, when you see Joy, how was she? Does she look like somebody that was pregnant or that kind of thing? She said yes, that she saw Joy with pregnancy, that the pregnancy was even up to 7 months something, because she has already given birth to a child, this particular Amaka. So she has a son. She knows she's a woman. She knows somebody that is pregnant or not. So because why I am interested in this particular issue is that for the hospital to say that they never knew her, and we are coming up to that because they even did some tests at another hospital so on, many things involved. So this video will be a little long, but don't worry, just try to understand how everything went wrong from step to step. You understand? So now, because when they told me that the hospital have details, they denied knowing the woman. I say, but this is Taranto. I have been in this city for so long. Had it been somebody is pregnant, there are cameras everywhere. There are African churches. Being in Nigeria, I think I know that she will be, be going to their church. She understand everything. So she used to go to church. Camera is there in the church also. I believe that even if there is no camera, there are church members that have been seeing her. What are the conditions when they see her? Was she pregnant or not? The pastor of the church, did they know anything? There are a lot of supermarkets, African supermarkets in Taranto. Maybe she have been to one supermarket or two. So people might also know her. Even there are Pakistan, Bangladesh supermarkets on the streets. There are cameras everywhere. So if at all she had been pregnant, and maybe what they are saying, we don't understand what went wrong. But let's find out to know the details. If really this lady was pregnant, first of all, before we can now continue from there. So that was what pushed me down to Taranto, because I know that I can do investigation, I can do documentaries, ask questions, enter many places that I know that I will find some African people and some Nigerian people to speak and understand what actually went wrong. So she said that she saw Joy, and the Joy pregnancy was about 7 months plus. So when she traveled, but on second, Joy called her. She was even asking Joy, what is the problem, she was greeting Joy, that we are communicating together. So Joy told her that, I'm at the hospital. She said, which hospital? I said, this hospital in Taranto, Santa Anunciata. I have given birth to my babies. Joy, the Amaka asked her, what did you give birth to? She said, I have given birth to twins, a boy and a girl. So the friend was so happy, so elated, and she continued to start going. She prepared to go outside to buy things, food stuff that she will use to make food and take to Joy at the hospital. So now, according to her, she said when they arrived at the hospital, because normally in Europe, you cannot just go into the hospital for no reasons. You have to clarify your reasons to the authorities, people at the gate, letting them understand why you are there. So she said they presented themselves due to the COVID, things also. So many things are difficult. Even before people can even enter, to maybe after you cross the security, they allow you to enter. You can even go to the ward, or see, maybe you come to see sick people or people that give birth. You have the opportunity to go and visit them in their ward. But of recent, due to COVID-19 cautions, people are not even allowing to see their loved ones at the hospital. So you will wait for them somewhere whereby they will call them. If really they want to see you, they can come and meet you, because at the hospital, at the ward, there are many other people, so nobody knows what will go wrong because of COVID-19. So she said when they asked them, who did you come to see? So she said she called the name Joy, and she told them, they asked her what sections is she? Is she a sick person? This and that. No, she said the girl delivered a child. She delivered her babies. So they want to come and visit her. So they asked her, who are you to this Joy? She said she is her sister. You understand? So in that moment, the security people at the gate, they took the name and put it in the computer, because here in Europe, everything computer have to give the full details. Not that you will come and tell them you know somebody and that person doesn't know you. So, or you come to look for somebody and the thing is not written in their system. So according to her, I said they put the name of Joy. So they were the one that directed her to the place that she will wait for the Joy. And they informed Joy immediately inside that really somebody is waiting for you outside. So before you know, Joy now came down. According to her, she said Joy came down from the 5th floor, because I know Santa Anunciata. So at that hospital, Santa Anunciata, I even gave birth to my own child at that hospital. You understand? So if you are nursing mothers, it's from the 5th floor they put the nursing mothers. So maybe I think the children in the cubicle, they will be at the 6th, that is the last floor, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So she said that Joy came down from the 5th floor and saw a meet with them, whereby she presented the meals that she brought to Joy, and Joy ate everything and exchanged greetings to them. Then she now left home. She left for her home. Then she now leave Joy there. So I asked her, did you see the Joy babies? Did you see the children? She said no, she cannot see the children because she did not go into the ward. It is Joy that came down because of the COVID-19 caution, so she cannot go into the ward. I said, okay, that is one proof. Now I continue from there. I said, okay, because that very night I was not opportune to speak to Joy or neither her husband, because things were so rough. The embassy was also there that very moment, and at the church also, the embassy were even communicating with the pastors, giving them the details how they went, because according to the whole story, when the joiner, because they made the video, if you haven't watched anything, even the interview I did with this my friend, with this Amaka, this my friend, which is Joy friend also, you will see it on this my platform. So I even posted everything. You will see the interview. If you want to watch it complete, please go and watch the interview and you will understand more. So what happened was that after they see the situation of Joy, then they saw that, according to them, they said she was behaving somehow. So people were afraid. A lot of Nigerians gathered, because even me, people were calling me from other cities. What is happening in your city? What is going on? What is going on there? We heard that our sister gave birth to twins and the baby is missing in the hospital. Let's go to the hospital. Let's go and find out what actually happened. So a lot of things happened, whereby the pastor of the church where Joy attend, Pastor Matthew, may God continue to bless him, because he was the one that even alerted the embassy immediately, and the embassy now flew down to Taranto City. So that very day, the embassy were still there concluding with the church members and the pastors, giving them their own result of the test that they went to, because when everything started bursting over, lots of people, Africans, were angry, so they took to the streets, and they even go straight to the police station to lay a complaint on the hospital, that the hospital kidnapped our children. So for that, now the police now took over the case immediately and worked together with the embassy. So what happened was that, according to them, they said one other lady in that particular Taranto was even involved, for them trying to even know whether really Joy delivered the baby, because woman that delivered, I think they will see some blood, or maybe, some, even the breast will change shape, the body will change shape, all this kind of stuff. So the lady was the one that visited Joy, and found out that according to her, she said that she put hand inside and she never confirmed any dropping of blood, showing that maybe a woman delivered or that kind of thing. So they were a little bit confused. So I now asked them, did you people really know that Joy was pregnant? Have you seen her with pregnancy? We are coming to that, because everybody I asked in Taranto, all of them were saying yes, Joy was pregnant. The whole stores I enter, everybody that were talking about this particular story, they were saying that they know Joy, they saw Joy. Joy was pregnant. Even some girls even said that Joy even attended the church, their church, because they were together in the church. They are church members. That Joy even attended their church together with them. They saw her that she was pregnant. She was once even cut off her head. Later, her face shape changes, everything, so on and so forth. Now, when the embassy and the police now got involved, so they said, okay, let them go and do their own test, carry out some tests to know actually what actually happened, if really this lady was pregnant or even giving birth. So they said they will not do the test at that same hospital, Santa Nociata, so they had to go to other cities nearby to conduct that particular test. So when they get to the place, they conducted the test according to what happened and the letters that the embassy presented. So now concluded that when they conducted the test on Joy, that Joy was not pregnant. That was what the medical result now proved, that Joy was never pregnant, nor even giving birth to any child. So at that particular moment, everybody was confused, including the embassies. So they were now asking, what is going on? Why is this? Why is this? What that is, I don't know. What happened here? How did we get here? What is wrong somewhere? How can an African girl come out to lie that she had a baby? This is a very very big how will I put it? That is something that can destroy your identity, something that can even bring bad name to the city. You understand? And it can even make people to be being afraid going to hospital to give birth or one thing or the other, because everybody will be afraid, even with their children. So everybody was confused, asking this kind of question: what went wrong? Or was her pregnancy fake? Was she faking her pregnancy? Or did she sell the baby at the hospital, coming back to claim all this? And also the hospital and the police and everything, they said that they discovered that there is nothing at their system, because here in Europe you have your hospital card, your hospital assurance, which is the cochet fiscal. So any place they put the cochet fiscal, any machine will show all your details, everything that have be communicated to your system, even if you visited doctor whatsoever. So they will find everything there. They said they never see anything like going to hospital. Now they were saying, okay, if Joy was actually pregnant, let her bring her the proof that she was pregnant, at least a picture of pregnancy or baby things that she bought, all this and all that. Now, after they concluded with the embassy giving them the result that Joy was not pregnant, so the embassy was confused and they later discharged the case just like that and went back to their city. I thank them also for coming down. You understand? So there are a lot of things that I know that the embassies will still be involved in helping us to to verify very, very well, according to this particular story now that I am still coming up to explain to you very well. So after that, the embassy now go. Now me, I was so shocked. I said, no, somebody must know this girl. I entered African stores, start asking them. The whole people I asked, everybody was saying that the girl was pregnant. They saw her with pregnancy. They knew her very, very well. Even my friend that I interviewed. And luckily also, my friend knew where Joy is living. So she took me to Joy's house the next day. Because in the night I cannot meet up. The next day we went down to Joy's house. But unfortunately for us, we didn't meet her because she left early for some other things. Because now, when the information come up, they told us that Joy was somehow behaving abnormal. But now, when I got to Joy's house, I got opportunity to meet somebody that I knew very well, a sister also. So she was even the one that opened the principal door for me, and she told me that really Joy went out because she was even the one. She is the one taking care of Joy, even as of now that I am talking to you. Oh, you understand? So she said that Joy left home very early because they went to some other private, for other, resort again, because the girl was confused now. And I asked her what is the condition of Joy now, because they were saying that she was behaving abnormal. And then, no, I don't believe that somebody that is behaving abnormal in Europe, at least the Europeans will still leave that person like that to go home. Or somebody that committed this kind of a crime, lying to the name of hospital, so on and so forth. So the thing was quite somehow, you understand? So she now said that Joy was behaving abnormal that the first the day that this particular incident happened. But as of now, the condition of Joy is being okay. Little by little, she is coming down because she can now explain what actually happened at the hospital. So I was so happy. I said, thank God. Now we have hope. Since Joy can talk, she can speak, she can explain, she can give the full details, and backing up with the proof that people also are saying that really they know Joy, they saw her with her pregnancy. So we will know where we have to at least put our feet, because this is something that we cannot just close our eyes and let it pass over. Somebody that have a child told you she have a child, and people confirmed she was pregnant, and later now the hospital said that she never have it. No, something must really happen somewhere, either from part of the Joy or part of the Italian the Taranto Hospital. So but we are going to find out whatsoever happened at that moment. Now I asked her. She said Joy is now little by little okay. She can now talk. She can do. I said okay. You know you are now the one taking care of Joy because both of you are living in the same building. And she even said her door is even close to Joy's door. So nobody to take care of Joy. She is the one taking care of Joy. I said okay. How did you know that is a see Joy of recent for some days back? Did you see her as somebody that is pregnant or what? Well, no, tell me everything you know about her. She said, really, Joy was pregnant. She said, yes, Joy was pregnant. She said Joy was even visiting the hospital. But of some days before this her delivery, the hospital told Joy that if she is coming to the hospital, she have to come with the baby things because the baby is coming near, so nobody knows the day that she will put to bed. Because one day, according to Joy, told her that Joy went to the hospital, they were asking her for some other things and she did not have it there, or just only one paper with her there. So they advised Joy to bring everything that she had concerning the baby, the pregnancy, because anything can happen. She had to prepare her bag. So the lady said that Joy was even visiting the hospital with bags days before this particular visit also. And according to her, she said that Joy did not even go for delivering that particular day on the 1st of July. She said Joy went there for a visit and she went with all her stuff, the bag and everything, because they were asking Joy, why is your proof of maybe the papers that you got from the hospital, antenatal, documents, so on and so forth. Joy said she lost everything because everything was inside the bag that she packed to the hospital. So there is nowhere she can find any proof at all, unless the ones that people have seen her and she herself now can still talk with her mouth. So the Joy said, according to her, she said Joy packed up her bag again that very on first and she went to the hospital. That Joy said she did not go there for delivery, she's just going there for a visit. But when she got there, she said some doctors in the hospital there told her to after they verified her, they to know if really her condition, she's ready to put to bed, so on and so forth. They told Joy to climb the steps, go up and come down so that she can have a contraction. So Joy, according to her, she said Joy even climbed the step up to 2 to 3 times. Then immediately before her, the water now got burst. That the water did not got burst at home. She did not go there for delivery. It was when Joy went to the hospital, the doctors asked her to climb step. After twice or thrice climbing up the step, then the water now burst. Now they took her to the delivery room. And later, she saw her baby, they narrated to her that really you are giving birth to twins. And they said the children was a boy and a girl. So Joy now pick up her phone and start calling everybody, calling people. She start sending, and one other thing, they said that Joy sent a picture to her husband, and that she has delivered, this my baby, I have delivered, they are twins. And now people confirm that the picture that Joy sent to her husband was not Joy's babies, because there is a woman, I think in America or in Canada, that gave birth to triplets. So they cut off one picture of one child and they posted these 2 children. So the people were a little bit confused that if Joy did not give birth to twins, or this is not Joy's children, how come of that picture of these children that were posted to Joy's husband and through Joy's phone? And Joy was the one that posted the video. So how come, where did Joy get the pictures? What actually went wrong there? So according to this, the one taking care of Joy, she said that Joy narrated to her that her phone was taken by the doctor. So the doctor asked her to bring her phone because she wanted to take picture of her children, and they are not in the same place because they keep the children aside first, and she was alone on her bed. So the doctor took the phone, that it was the doctor that took her phone to go and snap the children and later brought to her. That when the doctor brought back her phone, that was when she now sent the pictures to her husband. She never have any experience or anything knowing that that is a child of another person. She did not understand what actually went wrong there. Wow, this is another revealing, you understand. So that was where the problem of that picture now came, that people now started misunderstanding, say, what is actually happening here, what did Joy did. So a lot of people now are not trusting Joy based on the picture, based on the terms that was carried out in the hospital, or from the another African woman that tried to know what actually went. So a lot of people are not believing Joy anymore. And the people were still doubting. Some are doubting, some are saying it's strange, some are saying no, this we don't understand what actually went wrong here. We saw her with pregnancy. So there is something moving on that we still need to know more about it. You understand? So she said that Joy narrated the issue of that particular picture. And another mistake that went wrong was that, according to her, not even only the carer of Joy, but also people that I interviewed in that particular Taranto, they said that when Joy was at the hospital after giving birth, that Joy left her 2 children, the twins, and rushed down to her house to take money. Before, some said it was 300 euros that she came back home to take, because according to them, they said she had an altercation with her boyfriend, and that is her husband, excuse me, because they are married, her husband, before going to hospital. So she later come back now to collect her money that she left at home. So I now asked the lady taking care of her that, did you know about this particular incident? She said yes, that Joy actually came home that particular day to come and collect money, but it was not 300 euro, rather it was just 100 euro that Joy came back to collect. She just pick up the money and go back to the hospital. So we don't know, maybe it was when she got to the hospital that things went wrong. So you see where the mistake come from, because according to them, she left her baby at the hospital and go home to pick money. Then going back to the hospital, it was another story. So she was another friend that I even interviewed was even telling me that, first of all, they heard the news that Joy was dead, and later they heard the news that the children were missing, and now they are hearing another news that the Joy never even give birth at all at the hospital. So what actually happened? Had it been now another thing that the embassy said with the police people after their own examination was that they went to the CCTV camera in the hospital, that the hospital said Joy only came to visit, only that on first, that she has never been in the hospital coming for antenatal care or so on and so forth, for pregnancy test or whatsoever, that she only came on that first to do her visit, and then later went back to her house. But remember now that her friend, which is Amaka High Queen, let us understand that she went to visit Joy at the hospital on the 3rd. So meaning that Joy has been in the hospital from first reach on to that 3rd. And I think they narrated everything that it was on the 4th that the news broke out that things now continue to go wrong somewhere. So we are not understanding what kind of CCTV camera was carried on. We don't understand if they showed the full CCTV camera, the full days, days back, days after, or maybe they just concentrated and show only that on the first. So you see, my lovely people, in this particular issue, we have to be very, very careful and trade wisely to know fully what actually happened. You understand? Because if you look around now for some comments, you will see that a lot of people are now even insulting Nigerians, Africans, insulting the mother of the children now, are calling her liar, this, that, many things are happening, a lot of insult. Let's not go to that insult already, immediately, because even when someone catch somebody, they will allege it that this person is a criminal. This person did something, he killed person, or is a criminal, or this and that. You cannot just, even with the court will not give you the right to just say really this person did it, unless you investigate, unless you know what actually go wrong. Because we have seen many people that have been in prison innocently. Later the court will declare them innocent. We have seen some people that after they have accused them of doing things, they will still declare them innocent, because after proof, after enough, investigation, so on and so forth, they will find out that these people, their hands are clean. So let's not conclude at the moment. For me, I would have concluded also with the embassies, because of the test that they carried out with the police people, saying that really the test results show that Joy was not pregnant. But my problem now is that people are now saying that Joy was pregnant, and Joy herself is now narrating how she went to the hospital to deliver her babies. So I think we still have a case on our hand. And Joy now, since she has recovered, even if she even hear this, remembered anything about her children, she is still in shock even up to now. And had it been she's just playing all sort of this and that, I don't know why will she even be consulting another hospital, privately, secretly, to bring out the proof that really this was what happened to her. So let's not conclude. For here, we have to stand with each other. Being you Italian, being you stranger, being you African, being you Nigerian, being you whosoever. Because this is a very big blow on our city. We have to make sure that our city is safe. Neither we, the strangers, or even the indigenous. Every life have to be safe in wherever we are. We don't need any bad name here. We don't need any staining of identity, or any staining of country's name or hospital name here. So I beg the Italians that they should please still help us to still investigate this issue, this story more, for us to understand what actually happened. And the one thing that I still want to ask you, audience, that please, anyway, I will still get the opportunity to still see Joy with my eyes, face to face, hear from her, interview her, and I will still bring it back to you all. You understand? Because that yesterday, when she was not around, when I got to her place, I got to Taranto day before yesterday, so I cannot wait also to the evening, because I left my children alone with my husband at home, even because my husband was a very nice person, and he understands the aim of me traveling down to Taranto. That is why he even allowed me to leave and take care of my children, our children alone. You understand? So I didn't have the opportunity to still wait for her till the evening time. So that was why I rushed back home during the midday of that yesterday. You understand? So now on that what is it called? On that yesterday. So now the problem now is that I will get the opportunity to speak to her. I will allow her to invite me so that we can talk one-on-one and see know what actually is going on. But I want to beg each and every one, Italians or Africans, so that they should please help us to know what actually happened. Because we all are one, and we all deserve the right to live and to enjoy our family, take care of our children, be with our children. You understand? So let's not conclude immediately. Let's still try to help her, because now she can speak, she can talk, she can understand everything that is going on. She is not even the one trying to help herself to go to other secret hospitals to perform tests and so on and so forth, follow the case on the ground, so on and so forth. So please, we have to assist her. That is what I want to beg everybody. We have to assist her economically, financially, emotionally. We have to assist her. Let not be dropping comment that will break her heart, if at all this really happened to her, because that will not give her the confidence of belongings to an African nation. And that's also will send a bad blow to African people, because they are not ready to stand with their person. I know that, and I so much appreciate it, because that very day that this incident happened, a lot of people came out to support her. They were even gyrating, trying to sing, trying to protest, riot, let the world hear their voice and everything. I so much thank them. But please, still stay strong and still stay fair to know the final situation of everything that went wrong in this particular issue. Never you just conclude like that. Still hear the cry and the voice of Joy. Be you Italian people, still hear and listen to this particular girl. Whatsoever you can do to help her, Do it. It might be hard today, it might be you tomorrow. So let's stay together and be strong. Meanwhile, I want to say thank you all once again, and let's move on this case to bring out the full evidence of what actually happened to Joy. So I rest my case here. Remember, it is still ringing in my ear when everybody was shouting, saying that Joy was pregnant. I saw her with pregnancy. She was pregnant. Her body was even, her tummy was even big already. Some say 7 months. Some say she will, different things. It's still ringing on my ears. So please, let's stand and help each other and know what actually went wrong. If really it is from Joy or from the Italian hospital. So please, I so much beg. There is nothing like propaganda. There is nothing like making problems or trying to create problems. No, we are only here to help ourselves, to know how we can help each other, and to present it to the world, for the world to actually know what is going on around us. So thank you all, my lovely people, and remain blessed. Bye for the moment.